Hello and welcome to this episode of Billy Fishing in Denmark. Yeah! Today I will be targeting flatfish, but first of all I will walk you through the rods, the reels, the rigs and the baits and all that good stuff. So first of all I will show you the rods and the reels and then the rigs and then the baits. Shut up. Okay. The rods are the Abu Hellbender 4 to 8 ounces. Both rods, both reels are exactly the same. And the reels are the Daiwa 7HD Millionaire, and it is loaded with 35-pound 4-strand mainline, and it has a 100-pound 4-strand leader. And on the end of both rods is the same rig, and it is the Pulley X. This is a series of 3 rigs. I have a build for them. I will link that video in the description. In the description there will also be linked videos for how to pump lugworm, how to dig lugworm, how to freeze lugworm, how to tie a flatfish hair as well, and casting tutorials. How could I leave them out, right? And you can choose whichever one you like and whichever one you find the easiest to get you started. Is that everything? Probably not, but it'll do for a start, yes. So on with the baiting up. Today, as always, when I'm fishing for flatfish, I use blow lug. You can use whatever type of lugworm or worm that you like, ragworm, sticky blacks, whatever you like, they all catch fish just about the same as always. Some people prefer ragworm to lugworm. I have never noticed any difference ever. They both fish as good as each other. But the most common worm here, and in every country as far as I can see, is lugworm. Yes, so I'll always go with that. Easy to get. But before we bait up, I will show you the rig. Yes, I have made a boo-boo. They are not both the Pulley X. I have actually got the Pulley P here as well, which stands for paternoster. So it's a pulley up the top there. You can see the pulley bead and the top snoot. And here we have a paternoster. Yes, both come and clip down behind the lead weight there on that angel clip there. On the other rod I have a cone sinker. This one I have a bucket sinker. I think they both fish roughly the same. Roughly, probably. Maybe some difference will come to mind over the time I use them. The bucket leads is something new to me. Usually I just use cone leads. The last time I fished they worked just as well as the other one, if not better, right? That is something that didn't make it onto the video. The clip didn't come out. The bucket sinker on the last neap tides actually outfished the cone sinker. Whether this was luck or design, I don't know, right? But maybe this will tell me a little bit more this session, because this is, in actual fact, a neap tide as well. Answering all the questions, yes, here on Billy Fishing. Mostly what you catch here is flatfish, right? If you're really lucky, sometimes you'll catch some codling. One time I caught some dogfish, and that video got deleted by mistake. I was beside myself with grief, but in the light of day I realised that the rest of the world would just see it as a dogfish, right? The only people that would be amazed by this would be the Danes or myself, who have fished here a lot. Never seen one here ever, and I probably never will ever again. I caught 5 in one night. I was like, holy crap. Oh yeah, what else is good to catch here in Denmark? Sea trout is also one of the favourites here to catch in Denmark. I don't fish for them myself anymore because of the difficulty of filming. I'd have to wear waders, take cameras out into the water, and the death of a camera is an expensive proposition. I don't want to go there, and not for a few small sea trout anyway. Also, pike fishing is big here in Denmark, and if you're a saltwater angler and you like bait fishing, it's flatfish, yes. There are some schoolies as well, but that's basically it. You do catch some oddballs as well, gurnards, scad, but that's basically the rundown of what you catch here. There is always an exception, someplace, somewhere, right? Okay, on with the baiting up, yes. So my favourite rig for these conditions, which is reasonably calm, is actually the Pulley X, or the Pulley 1 down as well. On more changeable conditions, bigger waves and stuff, I actually prefer the Pulley P. It's also better for codling. So I'll just explain this to the people who are new to the channel and new to the sport. If you're new to the sport, the rigs that I linked in the video might be a bit challenging for you, but this definitely is not, right? There's a bit of braid, and that's a hook that I've clipped the point off and bent into shape. As I said, this video is linked in the description. It's really easy to do, but that's it there. That is a size 1/0. It is a little bit big for the majority of flatfish, but the flatfish on this beach get rather big, especially the dabs, and that's what I'm after today. I think the problem is with flatfish is the length of the hook, mostly, because they got fairly small mouths and they're trying to suck it into their faces, and it's more difficult if the hook is longer. Yeah. On a good tide here, I can expect between 12 to 15 fish or something like that. with a different mix of flounder, dabs and plaice. You also get gurnards here, some pretty spectacular ones in early summer. Yes, they're really good to eat as well. I like them. So this is one of my frozen blow lug. Did I say I linked that video? If I didn't, I will. And it's how to freeze blow lug, right? They're a lot more common than the other types of lugworm, but their only drawback is that you will struggle to freeze them. But this video, I have it sorted. It's easy to do, quick, have you fishing the entire summer or all winter, or both. I've dubbed this the head tag because you need a little bit of the worm there to put over the hook at the end, right? So you put the needle in just half a centimetre down from the top of the worm, right? And then you just work it down through the middle of the worm, taking your time. If you're new to the sport, don't be put off by bait needles. They're here to make your life easier, not more difficult. But this can be achieved without it. And other types of baiting up can also be achieved without it. If it's just a complication of buying stuff that you don't have, you can just put it on with your fingers. I did it for years and years, but for this, definitely this is an advantage. So I'm going to put the worm onto the hook, and then I will explain why I have it set up in this configuration. So a lot of tension in the bait needle and the line. Slide the worm up, gently push it down over the knot, and that is it, my fish head friends. Then you take the head tag and you slip it over the top of the hook. Now, this is to keep the bait close to the hook. If you don't do this, everything will slide down and pop off over the end, and most likely you won't hook the fish, right? If you're really lucky, the bait will slide down and it will mask that flatfish hair hook. And this will also help not deeply hooking the fish, and that is what this is all about. The bait is the first thing into the fish's mouth and the hook is the first thing out. This way you deep hook less fish. Yes, it is also easier for them to suck into their faces because it is more malleable, yes, and shorter, as I explained before. So that's it there. I'm going to do the other one, get it into the sea. Stay tuned. So before I cast this out, I'll just show you what's going on, right, as I explained. There's both hooks, and there's the rest of it. You can see the pulley, and it brings both hooks down together in behind the sinker. This will allow you to get as much distance as possible, yes. Beast of a cast, yes. If you're wondering why it's so hyper today, is I have not been fishing much lately, at all in fact. I have not been fishing at all lately, and I'm a little bit excited about being out. The problem here in Denmark, and somebody asked before, is why is there nobody else on this beach fishing? Because it blows here a lot, a hell of a lot, and the chances of getting out, maybe you'll get out 2-3 times a month if you're lucky for this type of thing here. Alright, so that'd be why it's not so crowded on the beaches here. The flatfish fishing is quite spectacular. They never really get that big anymore, but they used to. But you can still be guaranteed a nice bag of decent sized fish. Alright, nice. I am casting between 120 to 150 meters today, especially that last cast. It went flying. The first cast I did was absolutely rubbish. First cast of the day is usually quite a hairy one for me anyway. I've heard other people say the first cast is always the best cast because they're more focused on the technique. Well, I was just in a hurry to get the video started. So the second cast, bang on, lovely job. All I have to do now is wait for the fishies to come along. In the last video I talked about moving the sinkers if the fishing isn't that great, and generally it's a good idea to do if you're not picking up bites straight away. On this beach here in particular, for the first 100 meters it's just gravel, and the only fish you will find on it are flounder generally, and roundfish sometimes. Weaver fish, they kind of like it. But most of the flatfish here and on other beaches like this is what most people call a stone beach. You will find the flatfish at range of 100 meters plus. But we'll see how we go with the tides today. This is not beach. Generally there's a lot of very strong lateral currents here. But when the neaps come, it generally slows things down, but it's not always like that. Some tides are stronger than others, some tides are weaker than others, even in neap tides. So much time has passed, about an hour and a half has passed, and I haven't had any bites at all. So I'm going to bring in the right hand rod and I'm going to rebait it and recast it. Alright. Wait a minute, I think there might be a fish on it. Nah. Anyway, we get it in, get it rebaited, get it back out again. You got some fishes? You got some fishes? You got some fishes? Where's the bottom snood gone? No, absolutely stripped apart from the top hook there. So next bait, hopefully the fishing will pick up towards the evening as the tide strengthens, but so far, no good. All right. So normally I'd say, yeah, you'll always get a flounder or something, but like, look at the big grim right now. It really is. It's not like this place to leave me fishless for almost 2 hours. It's just kind of not the done thing. Not at all, but neap tides are neap tides, unfortunately. Yeah. So I'm gonna keep my eyes on the rods. Please give me a bite now. Do it. Please. Cursed. That's what's going on here. Yes. Alright. Stay tuned. At last, I've got a bite. Another one on the right. Come on now. Do it for me, baby. Working hard here. Of course not. You're just going to take my word for it, okay? I'm going to give the right rod a tug and see if that fish is on it at last, or at all. I'm pretty sure he's on anyway. So we give him a tug to see if he'll come up to join the party. Yeah, I'd say he's on alright. Yep. A fish at last. Well, I haven't landed it yet though. But there's a fish on anyway. Little flounder. But I'll take it right now. Keep him on the hook. Right there in the undertow. Where is he? Oh, he's down there alright. Well, fire. Yes. Nice flounder. We got double shot? No. But a nice flounder anyway. Just to start there. Yes. Nice. So we get him back in the drink. Yes. So I have him unhooked. And we'll show him his freedom. You can take my lugworm, but you won't take my freedom. It's quite a nice fish. Yes. See if I can do it this time without getting wet, please. Goodbye, Mr. Flounder. Woohoo! Bye-bye. Nice. Right, let's see if we get another one. Stay tuned. So, a fish at last. I was beginning to think my worms were wonky or something. You can't be fishing with wonky worms, right? You catch nothing. Right, we get it out. See if we can do any better. So that's it for the wonky worms. There is a decent breeze running from right to left, and the reason why I'm shaking the rod is just to make sure that the bait clips release the baits, because when the wind blows from the side it keeps tension on the rig, and when it hits the water sometimes it doesn't unclip because everything's hauled taut. So then when it hits the bottom you give it a few shakes and off they pop. Alright, stay tuned. So I've taken in and recast the left rod, and I've seen some bites on this guy here. There you go. Yes. Give him a tug in a minute. Let's see if we get a fishy. Right, let's go get him. No, he's not on. Shut up. Maybe he'll come back. Still, shut up. So, this is the last packet of 10 worms. So there could be 12 in there, but anyway, it's the last packet of wonky worms. I'm just going to fish these out. Normally I wouldn't go through any more than 30 on this beach in this session, but this is the 4th packet. That's it. So I'll get, depending on the worms, 4 more casts, 5 more casts, something like that. So I'm going to get these onto the rig. The fish has just been dire. 1 flounder. Yeah, there's not much I can do about it. Apart from fish on, that's it. That's all I can do. Is this going to be a video 1 fish in it? I hope not. But brace yourselves. 1 fish video is coming. So I'm getting a great bite on the right. Now that's kind of it. That wasn't great, was it? Well, when I pull a fish out, you know I wasn't messing with you. Okay. But until that point, I'm going to take in the lefty, rebait it, recast it, see what happens. Stay tuned. I've just had a thought that I might be overcasting the fish, so I'm just going to give this a standard, what I call a South African cast, because it's the same style as they do it in South Africa, right? It's a great way to cast a big bait. It's also a good way to cast a small bait too. So we lash this one out. We let this one roll down, see what it brings, yes. So we're not down to the last cast just yet, but I'm getting close anyway. So that fish is actually on that rod there, on the right rod, and I'm gonna give him a tug now and see if I can get him. Yes! A video with 2 fish in it is twice as good as a video with 1 fish in it. Makes perfect sense, right? Yeah, he's there. Haha. Get him in quick before he falls off. I think he's falling off. Where is he? Come off. Where is he? I can't see a stitch. The sun's in my eyes. I can't see a thing. Where is he? Is he there? No, he's come off. Damn it. Dirtbag. Right, okay. He escaped. So I'm going to get that rebaited and into the sea. I'm going to be out of worms in a flash this way anyway. But soon the sun will be down and that'll be the end of it. So there's not a hell of a lot of crabs on this beach, except in the springtime, edibles. But there is a lot of sand fleas and shrimps, and they seem to be going through the bait as quick as I can get it out there. This is the way it goes. So despite using every dirty trick in my bag of tricks, and the dirty tricks, short casts, long casts, in between casts, I tried scratching, moving the lead around the place. Well, it just goes this way sometimes. I've still only managed 1 fish. The last time I fished this beach on a neap, I managed 5 fish, and I thought that was pretty bloody well good, and apparently I was right. But like I say, you'll always manage a flounder, and so far that's what the video is, a flounder. Well, that's it for now anyway. Let's see how many worms I've got. I got enough worms for 1 more cast, that's it. But we're not there yet. Still got 2 baits in the water, and who knows, maybe Poseidon will bless me with another flobbity flounder. So here are the last worms for the last cast. I'm leaving the rod out until I've got the worms on the bait hook to afford me every possible chance of hooking into another fish. But I really think my chances are slim and none. I don't think I've ever had a session this bad on this beach, ever. Them's is the breaks, as they say. There we go. We'll take the rod in. You don't need to watch. And I'll rebait, recast. Stay tuned. So there we go. The last worms for the last cast for the last time. Alright, we get this out, see if we can manage 1 more flounder. Not looking good though. We let that roll down. See if I have any luck. Yes. So, I think I might actually have a fish on the right rod. Hopefully. We give him a tug and see if there's a flat thug on the end. See if I get 2 fish in this video. Who knows, maybe I'll get 3. Ever the optimist, me. But I think there is a fishy on it. Right. Let's go, my fishy friend. Do it for me, baby. It's hard to say. No, there's no fish. Oh well. So it's all down to the last cast rod then. They are just stripping the baits like super fast. No current here at all today. Sun's just about to go down as well. Right. Not even a sand flea on it. No, absolutely, there's not no bait left whatsoever, nothing. Ripped. Both hooks. Done. So it's all riding on Lefty. That's what it is. Come on, Lefty, do it for me, baby. It's not very often I get a last cast fish. They do turn up every now and again. Yep. So it is now time to bring in the last cast rod. Is there a fish on it? I don't bloody well think so, but I hope there is. And who knows, maybe there's a sleepy flounder on it. Yeah, we get this one in. And we put this video to bed, yes. For ye lot over in the UK, this is what it looks like from the other side of the North Sea, right? Any type of flounder will do. Big or small, I don't care. Even a weaver fish. There we go. Yep. Everything all tangled up in a heap. Oh well, never going to catch a fish that way. It'll probably happen when it's coming through the surf anyway. So that's it for this flatfish extravaganza. So I hope you liked it anyway. I'm Billy, this is Billy catching one fish. Wherever you are in the world, remember, pick a better tide. Bye.